All right, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2024 Leaf Vivid Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know if we go live and eBay Live. Also, mention the no purchase necessary for link down in the description. Box 1, good luck everybody. Walker Yanek, 4-4. Roman Anthony, 1-3. Mike Sirota, 10-10. Dean Moss, 2-7. Nick Kurtz, 3-10. Brady House, 5-7. And Mariano Rivera, strike up pose, 6/10. Nice. Cam Committee, 9-9. Scott Rowland, 2-9. Kim Bodine, 5-7. Ethan Petrie, 5-5. Peyton Toll, 6-10. Chase Mobley, 4-10. And dual auto for David Shields and Blake Mitchell, 3-7. Box number 3. Alex Rodriguez, 5-9. George Lombard Jr., 7-7. Jacob Cozart, 1-7. Kalen Culpepper, 5-6. Luke Dickerson, 7-8. Cam Comenti, 6-10. And triple auto, Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz, and Tommy White, 5-6. Liam Peterson, 9-9. Travis Bazzana, 3-10. Lazaro Montez, 3-9. Jefferson Rojas, 3-5. Tria Savage, 2-9. Jacob Melton, 3-5. And Jesus Mate, 6-6. Roger Clemens, 3-6. Jesus Mate, 6-7. George Lombard Jr., 4-7. Eric Petoni, 4-10. Angel Martinez, 3-5. Yover Diaz, 9-10. And Samuel Basalo, 4-7. RJ Austin, 4/4. Carson Benji, 7/10. Chase Petty, 3/7. Zebby Matthews, 1/8. Spencer Jones, 3/3. Cash Mayfield, 4/8. And Jace Laviolette, 9/10. Brady Evil, 1/8. Ethan Conrad, 3/7. 1/1. Rhett Lauder, printing plate. Zach DeZenzo, 5/6. John Kruk, illustrations. Nice. 10/10. Juan Nunez, 4/5. And Roman Anthony, 2/8. Bartolo Colon, 1/2. Jalen Flores, 9/10. Will Gasparino, 1/9. Caleb Lomavita, 2/5. Malcolm Moore, 4/9. Thatcher Hurd, 4/9. And Travis Bazzana, 3/4. Box number 9. Lomavita, 7/10. Jeremy Rodriguez, 3/6. Eshedri Vargas, 5/10. Luis Morales, 2/5. Bryce Cunningham, 10/10. Roderick Arias, 2/8. And Carl Yastrzemski, illustrations, 9/10. Final box of the break, box number 10. After this, we'll do a hit recap, take care of the randoms. Good luck, everybody. Eduardo Tate, 7/8. Max Belliu, 3/5. Gavin Turley, 2/8. Jonathan Santucci, 2/5. Walker Yanek, 1/8. David Matoma, 4/5. And Bryce Rayner, 8/8. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. We do have more of this, as well as plenty more baseball stuff up and running. I think we have select baseball ending, if not tonight, then tomorrow night. So feel free to come on back for some of that. For the hits, Walker Yanek, Roman Anthony, Mike Sirota, Dean Moss, Nick Kurtz, Brady House, Mariano Rivera, Cam Clemente, Scott Rowland, Caden Bodine, Ethan Petrie, Peyton Toll, Chase Mobley, Alex Rodriguez, George Lombard Jr., Jacob Cozart, Kalen Culpepper, and Luke Dickerson. Cam Clemente, Liam Peterson, Travis Bazzana, Lazaro Montes, Jefferson Rojas, Korea Savage, Jacob Melton, Jesus Made, Roger Clemens, Jesus Made, George Lombard Jr., Eric Bertoni, Angel Martinez, Yover Diaz, and Samuel Basalo. RJ Austin, Carson Benji, Chase Petty, Zebby Matthews, Spencer Jones, Cash Mayfield, Jace Laviolette, Brady Evil, Ethan Conrad, Rhett Lauder, Zach DeZenzo, John Kruk, Juan Nunez, Roman Anthony, Bartolo Colon, Jalen Flores, Will Gasparino, Caleb Lomavita, Malcolm Moore, Thatcher Hurd, Travis Bazzana, Caleb Lomavita, Jamie Rodriguez, Eshedri Vargas, Luis Morales, Bryce Cunningham, Roderick Arias, and Carl Yastrzemski. Eduardo Tate, Max Belliu, Gavin Turley, Jonathan Santucci, Walker Yanek, David Matoma, Bryce Rayner, and dual auto. David Shields and Blake Mitchell, and triple auto, Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz and Tommy White. We're going to go to random.org for these guys. For the rest of you, thank you so much again for being part of the break. If you're in Leaf Collective Multisport, that is coming up in about 10-15 minutes. See you back here for that. We also have Electrum football at the top of the hour. And then 2025 Leaf Metal Pop Century coming up at 12:30 p.m. So, see you back here in a few. Heading to random.org now. All right, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Go to your hard found for us. And we're going to go 8 times on each random. Starting off with David Shields and Blake Mitchell. Dual auto. That is 7 times. Final roll. David Shields coming out on top. And Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz, and Tommy White. Triple auto. That is 7 times. Final roll. That is Jacob Wilson coming out on top. Congratulations. All right, that will do it for Vivid Baseball. Thank you guys again. Look forward to having y'all back in here sometime soon. This was BMC Collectibles Breaks. And we are on to Leaf Collective Multisport. See you back here in a few. All right, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. Today we've got one case of 2024 Leaf Collective Multisport to get into. While you get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know if we go live, maybe live. Also, need to mention that no purchase necessary. Link down in the description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Paul O'Neill, 1 of 1. Jim McMahon, 1 of 1. Odell Beckham Jr., auto, out of 5. John Schmaltz, out of 8. And Brock Purdy, 1 of 6. Box number 2. Sophia Smith, 1 of 1. Brett Favre, 1 of 1. Johnny Damon, out of 8. Randy Johnson, 1 of 1. And Jalen Milroe, the hype man himself, 3 of 4. Patrick Mahomes, 1 of 1. Steven Stamkos, 1 of 1. Aaron Blanchfield, 4 of 6. Dylan Gabriel, out of 5. And Dustin Poirier, 1 of 1. Johnny Damon, 1 of 1. Larry Little, 1 of 1. Tanya Harding, out of 4. Joe Dumars, 1 of 1. And R9, Ronaldo Nazario, 7 of 10. That's a cool one. Halfway point, box number 5. Mark McGuire, 1 of 1. Timu Solana, 1 of 1. Alyssa Peely, 1 of 1. Andre Reed, 6 of 8. And, oh, Peyton Manning. And Nico Iamaleava, 3 of 5. Well, that makes that card pretty ugly, so I'm not too jealous of it. Box number 6. First ever live break, Messi or Curry. Let's see what we can do for you. Happy to have you in. Good luck. Usually beginners get some good mojo, so let's see what happens. Paul Skeens, 1 of 1. Shaq, 1 of 1. Mark Messier, 7 of 7. Saeed Yakub Kakramanov, 1 of 1. And Emmitt Smith, 2 of 7. Eddie Van Slyke, 1 of 1. Herman Edwards, 1 of 1. Chris Mullen, 4 of 10. Tony Kukoc, 3 of 8. And Michael B. Jordan. It's the second one we've had of him recently, 7 of 7. Oh, never mind. That is not your first ever live break. I respect you trying to get the mojo, though. Box number 8, Muggsy Bogues, 1 of 1. Donnie Shell, 1 of 1. Dwight Stevenson, out of 10. Gary Sheffield, 1 of 7. And Floyd Money Mayweather, 4 of 10. Box of 9. Earl Campbell, 1 of 1. Jeff Hurst, 1 of 1. Alfie Gilchrist, 6 of 6. Jeff Bagwell, 1 of 7. And Terry Bradshaw, 5 of 7. And final box of the break. Good luck, everybody. Murad Dwalishvili, 1 of 1. Archie Griffin, 1 of 1. Tim Hardaway, 1 of 1. Tim Weah, 1 of 1. And Roger Clemens and Randy Johnson, dual auto out of 8. That's a nice one. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second. For the hits, Paul O'Neill, Jim McMahon, OBJ, John Schmaltz, Brock Purdy, Sophia Smith, Brett Favre, Johnny Damon, Randy Johnson, Jalen Milroe, Patrick Mahomes, Steven Stamkos, Aaron Blanchfield, Dylan Gabriel, Dustin Poirier, Johnny Damon, Larry Little, Tanya Harding, Joe Dumars, R9, Ronaldo Nazario, Mark McGuire, Timu Solana, Alyssa Peely, Andre Reed, and Paul Skeens, 1 of 1. Shaq, Mark Messier, Saeed Yakub Kakaramanov, Evan Smith, Andy Van Slyke. 1 of 1 printing plate for Herm Edwards, Chris Mullen, Tony Cook, Michael B. Jordan, Muggsy Bogues, Donnie Shell, Dwight Stevenson, Gary Sheffield, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Earl Campbell, Jeff Hurst, Alfie Gilchrist, and Jeff Bagwell. Terry Bradshaw, Murad Dwalishvili, Archie Griffin, Tim Hardaway, and Tim Weah. And for the duels, Roger Clemens and Randy Johnson, and Peyton Manning and Nico Iamaleava. Alright, that is it for Multisport. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Really do appreciate it. And we look forward to having you back in sometime here in the near future. We've got plenty more Multisport stuff up and running. We're going to go to random.org now real quick. Take care of these. And if you're in Leaf Electrum Leaf Electrum Football, that'll be coming up at the top of the hour. See you back in here for that. And Leaf Metal Pop Century 2025 will be coming up in about 40-ish minutes. A little bit more than that. Maybe 50 minutes? Something like that. All right, we're back with the randoms. Alright, we've got random door pulled up and good to go. Gotta roll some dice. Gonna be through a hydro valve for us. Nope, that does not work. We do not take snake eyes here. That works. Lucky number 7. Roger Clemens and Randy Johnson. And 6 times, final roll. Randy Johnson coming out on top, Mr. Cameraman. And Peyton Manning and Nico Iamaleava. And 6 times, final roll. And it is Nico Iamaleava coming out on top. Congratulations. Alright, that'll do it for Multisport. Like I said, we will be back in about 15-ish minutes with Electrum. See you back here then. Alright, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2024 Leaf Electrum Football Solo Packs to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save it as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we go live and even live. Also, in addition to the purchase necessary, link down in the description. Happy day 2 of the draft to everybody. It was entertaining, turned boring, turned entertaining again draft. And I think tonight will be much more entertaining. All right. Good luck, everybody. Go ahead and get us started with DJ Lagway, 14 of 45. Ellis Robinson the 4th, 5 of 8. Red, white, and blue, Brock Purdy and Steve Young, 24 of 25, dual. That's a nice one. Do we always have spots for all the players on the checklist? Of course. We get the checklist directly from Leaf, and then just break it down by individual player, and that's it. Dylan Gabriel, the portal. Assuming he'll probably go tonight, 4 of 25. Sammy Brown, 4 of 4. Chris Mitchell, 9 out of 59. Romello Brenson, out of 45. CJ Daniels, 32 out of 59. One of 1 for Jack Plummer. Another guy who's going to go sometime early tonight, Luther Burden, 4 of 59. Still kind of shocked that he fell out of the first, but didn't have the best season compared to last year. Juju Lewis, 1 of 6, crystallography. Marcus Carroll, 43 out of 59. Oscar Delp, 1 of 5. Went back to UGA for another year, and he will be a top pick next year. And pretty much bank on that. Guy's a monster. Dual auto, Fran Tarkenton and Terry Bradshaw, 4 of 8. Rashad Owens, 15 of 45. Denzel Gardner, 16 of 25. One of 1, Jalen Wright. That's a nice one. Tyler Morris, 8 of 8. Jalen Daniels, out of 45. There he is, Jackson Dart. 1 of 5. And saying his stock was going up, but I don't think it'd be higher than Shador's by the end of the day. Zeviak House out of 45. Caden Salter, 5 out of 10. That'll be another top guy next year. Jacob the Jesus, 4 of 4. Jalil Farouk out of 45. Michael Van Buren out of 59. That's a halfway point. 25 done, 25 left. Jalen Polk, Electrum Avenue out of 45. And Crystal Ball for Miller Moss. Jure Tank Hawkins out of 59. Jaden Richardson, 4 of 5. Sam Levitt out of 25. Aaron Beasley, 6 of 8. Gavin Sawchuk out of 25. George Halani out of 25. Austin Simmons out of 59. Daniel Odom out of 10. Kyron Jones, 5 of 8. Ashton Daniels, 4 of 4. Tyler Cherry, 7 of 10. Juju Lewis, crystallography, 1 of 3. Amari Thomas, out of 59. Monterey Foster Jr., 1 of 8. Brock Vandegrift, out of 59. Ty Simpson, out of 25. Nick Anderson, out of 45. Malachi Nelson, 4 of 5. Mason Taylor, 21 out of 25. Jordan Davison, out of 59. Dallas Turner, out of 25. Josh Sapp, out of 45. Caleb Williams, 37 out of 59. And final pack of the break. will be C.J. Williams. 9 out of 25. Alright, that'll do it for football, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Take care of the hit recap, and then we will deal with the randoms. We've got 2 of them to take care of. For the hits, Ellis Robinson, DJ Lagway, Dylan Gabriel, Sammy Brown, Chris Mitchell, Romello Brenson, CJ Daniels, Jack Plummer, Luther Burden, Juju Lewis, Marcus Carroll, Oscar Delp, Rashad Owens, Denzel Gardner, Jalen Wright, 1 of 1, Tyler Morris, Jalen Daniels, Jackson Dart out of 5, Zevi Eckhouse, Caden Salter, Jacob the Jesus, Jalil Farouk, Michael Van Buren, Jalen Polk, Miller Moss, Jeray Tank Hawkins, Jaden Richardson, Sam Levitt, Aaron Beasley, Gavin Sawchuk, George Halani, Austin Simmons, Daniel Odom, Kyron Jones, Ashton Daniels, Tyler Cherry, and Juju Lewis. Amari Thomas, Monterey Foster, Brock Vandegrift, Ty Simpson, Nick Anderson, Malachi Nelson, Mason Taylor, Jordan Davison, Dallas Turner, Josh Sapp, Caleb Williams, and C.J. Williams. And for the duels, Brock Purdy and Steve Young, red, white, and blue. And dual auto for Fran Tarkenton and Terry Bradshaw, 4 of 8. Alright, we're going to head to random.org for these two. For the rest of you, thank you for being here and being part of the break. Hope you have a great time watching rounds 2 and 3 of the draft tonight. I look forward to having you back in here for more football tomorrow. If you are in Leaf Metal Pops entry, that is coming up in about 15 minutes. So stick around or feel free to come back in a few. To random.org we go. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Gonna roll some dice, get it through how to be valid for us. And we're gonna go 10 times on each random. Start off with Brock Purdy and Steve Young, red, white, and blue. That is 9 times. Final roll. Brock Purdy coming out on top. Congratulations. And Fran Target and Terry Bradshaw out of 8. That is 9 times. Final roll. Terry Bradshaw coming out on top. Congratulations. All right, that will do it for Electrum. Thank you guys again. Leaf Pop Century coming up in about 15 minutes. See you guys back here then. Why? Why does it not have sound? Josh Radner, 1 of 1. Charlotte Ross, 1 of 1. Jamie Presley, 5 of 8. And Kevin Bacon, 1 of 1. Apologies about that. Try that again. Welcome in, everybody, to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm Pete. Today we got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Pops entry to get into. When we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we go live at eBay Live. Also, mention the no purchase necessary, link down in the description. Box number 2. Amelia Clark, pre-production proof, and Leonard Malton. I think it's Leonard, but I'll say Leonard. Leanne Curtis from 16 Candles, 2 of 3. Linda Blair, Scream Team, 1 of 1. Sean Gunn, 1 of 25. And Alec Baldwin, 12 of 45. Reproduction proof for Christy McNichol and Rosie O'Donnell. So the Baldwin is on card. That is correct. Linda Blair, 17 of 25. Barbara Eden, 4 of 15. Catherine Bach, 9 of 15. And Efren Ramirez. Vote for Pedro. 8 of 150. Kevin Bacon and Dick Van Dyke. Pre-production proofs. Adrian Barba, 5 of 8. Vinyl signs for Dale Bozzio. Leslie Jordan, RIP. And Gordon Gekko, Michael Douglas. Nikki Smiggs and Laura Flynn Boyle. Lauren Sorrento out of 15. Matthew Lillard out of 6. Chevy Chase out of 15. And Sarah Michelle Gellar. 421 out of 500. Box number 6. Dylan McDermott and Dolph Lundgren. Jerry Mathers, 8 of 25. Melissa Barrera, 4 of 7. Kira Kasarin, 1 of 6. And dual auto, Giselle Bundchen and Christy Brinkley, 1 of 1. Boom. That will be going to random.org, so stay tuned if you have either one of those ladies. Box number 7. Who wasn't on the list? Raul D. Lewis and Ari Lehman. Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's interesting. Oh, there's a reason for that. Because this one is a 2024. Well, that should have still shown up in the checklist. We got our checklist off of Leaf, so I'll have to look into that. Derek Mears, Swamp Thing, 2 of 2. Liam Michelle, Vital Signs, 7 of 7. Howie Mandel, 14 of 20. And Andrew Garfield, 1 of 1. Nice. Box number 8. Cody Rigsby. And Vital Signs for Dave East. Corey Taylor. 11 out of 25. That's cool. Sean Stockman. 4 of 6. Kit Harrington. Nice. 2 of 4. And a little die cut from Megan Fox. Be still my heart indeed. 6 of 7. Long live Transformers. Box number 9. Tom Berenger and Jimmy Walker. Griffin Dunn, 3 of 6. Tom Sandoval, 5 of 8. Dougie Doug, 2 of 3. And triple auto. Chevy Chase, Gina Davis, and Kara Wheeler Nicholson. I'll just put down there Angela White and hers. 1 of 5. Oh. That will also be going to random.org at the end, so stay tuned if you have either of those 3. And box number 10, final box of the break. Good luck, everybody. Take the time to mention that we do have more cases of this up and listed, and we will have plenty more after those as well. So look forward to having y'all back in here a lot over the next couple of months, because we will have them pretty much every other day. Final of the pre-production proofs, Chrissy McNichol and Stephen Bauer. Tony Orlando, 4 of 8. Leonard Moulton, 9 of 15. Gina Davis, 17 out of 25. And 2025 Leaf Metal Pop Century Mystery Pearl Autograph. Boom. What we're going to do for this is we are going to pull up all the potential pearls, and we will just random them all. I don't know which ones are live and which ones are redemptions. There's no way to really know that until we get any kind of confirmation for it. So that'll be a pretty large random that'll take place at the end of this as well. So good luck to all of you on that list. Go ahead and get a hit recap going, and then we'll take care of the randoms. Thank you guys again for being part of the break. For the hits, Charlotte Ross, Josh Radner. 1/1 printing play for Natalie Portman, Jenny McCarthy, Jamie Presley, Kevin Bacon, Leonard Malton, Amelia Clark, Leanne Curtis, Linda Blair, Sean Gunn, Kristen McNichol, Rosie O'Donnell, Linda Blair, Barbara Eden, Catherine Bach, Kevin Bacon, Dick Van Dyke, Adrienne Barbeau, Dale Bozio, Leslie Jordan, and Michael Douglas. Nikki Smiggs, Laura Flynn Boyle, Lauren Sorrento, or Sorrentino, Matthew Lillard, Chevy Chase, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Dylan McDermott, Dolph Lundgren, Jerry Mathers, Melissa Barrera, Kira Kasarin, Raul D. Lewis, Ari Lehman, Derek Mears, and Leah Michelle. Howie Mandel, Andrew Garfield, Cody Rigsby, Dave East, Corey Taylor, Sean Stockman, Kit Harrington, Megan Fox, Die Cut, Tom Berger, Jimmy Walker, Griffin Dunn, Tom Sandoval, Dougie Dub, Kristen McNichol, Stephen Bauer, Tony Orlando, Leonard Malton, and Gina Davis. Also in a mystery pearl spot. I think that's what we're going to do for the future. Yeah, I agree with that. Alec Baldwin and Efren Ramirez encased. Low for Pedro. And for those that need to be random. So I go for a duel of Giselle Bundchen and Christy Brinkley. Triple of Chevy Chase, Gina Davis, and Dana Wheeler Nicholson. And Mystery Pearl Autograph. Alright, we're going to go to random.org and take care of these for the rest of you. Thank you so much for being part of the break here with us. Really do appreciate it. We look forward to having you back in here sometime in the very near future. Like I said, we've got plenty more cases of this up and running. We're also going to sprinkle in some 2024, 2023, and 2022 as we go through 2025. So, look forward to having you back in here sometime soon. And to random.org we go. Alright, we are finally good to go with the random. Sorry about the delay. I believe the reason why they are redemptions, and we weren't given a heads up about this either, is because they're trying to do mostly on-card for them, which makes it a little bit difficult in the production process to get that done. They also have several cut autos as part of it. Let's see. Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Lauren Oliver, Leonard Cohen, Mick Jagger, Orville Wright, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, Rocky Maivia, and Taylor Swift, I believe, are cuts. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. They also have a lot of like multis. I'm assuming those are probably going to be sticker though. I doubt they can get like 8 people to sign one card. But for the most part, I'm assuming the ones that are actually redemption will be the ones that are not part of that. But again, can't confirm anything. Raise the price of the box. I mean, yeah, but it's a kind of nice addition to have those, because usually what they do is they would give those out at like the National, or like if you buy a ton of boxes, and the person who's like buying the cases would end up getting it. So I don't mind it being part of the product. I think it's kind of cool to have that, especially as like a break buyer. Then extra chances to hit. As for the Pearl, if you're looking on the Leaf checklist, then they have their own, like, they have the metal setup, and then they have the Pearl just on its own, if you download it off the Leaf site. And as for your question about Sarah Michelle Gellar, since she is not on the checklist, I'm going to assume there's probably more of these, actually. Would have gotten nothing? Yeah, see. Exactly. I'm assuming there's probably more of the 2024 sprinkled in. They do this every once in a while with different products, where they just, and Panini's bad about this too, where they just put like leftover product, like whether it's redemption or otherwise, into newer product, and they won't put it on the checklist initially. I'm gonna check in with our Leaf rep and see if we can get any kind of update on the actual full checklist, if they have any others added on that we don't know about, or that they haven't like specified on the checklist. And as for this one though, we do have it set up so we have a buyer that buys all the unsold spots and anything that's just like randomly in a box. So he's been on regular of ours for like 3 years now, and he just pays like a set fee every day, and then he gets whatever doesn't sell / whatever randomly shows up. So this will be included in his set. So unless we get confirmation, that could be how it is going forward as well. I just need to we need something from Leaf on this to really get a grasp on it. I hate that it's like that on release, but we'll see how it goes. And if you see her on the checklist, then like up for sale, then feel free to bid. But let's go ahead and get the random taken care of. We've got random.org pulled up and good to go. You should see it on screen for the person asking. It does take a bit of time to get everything set up, especially with the whole having to find the Pearl checklist. But we are good to go. Gonna roll some dice. Gonna be through how to be valid for us. And we're gonna go 4 times on the random. We'll start off with Giselle Bundchen and Christy Brinkley. Dual auto. That is 3 times. Final roll. Christy Brinkley taking it home. Congratulations on the 1-of-1 hit. For the triple, Chevy Chase, Gina Davis, and Dana Wheeler-Nicholson. That is 3 times. Final roll. Dana Wheeler-Nicholson coming out on top. Congratulations on the up 5 hit. And then we've got 45 different people listed here as a potential outcome for the Pearl redemption. Because we don't know exactly who is a redemption in this product. We're just going to have to go with all of them. And going forward, we're just going to put a spot specifically for the redemptions. That way we don't have to do this. And since we don't know who technically is a redemption, this will make it a lot simpler and easier. So going forward, you can just bid on that spot. It'll be listed at the end of the breaks. But for now, let's see what we got. 4 times on the random. Oh, excuse me. I thought it was 45. Nope, that's 122 names. I cannot count clearly. That is 2 times. That is 3 times. And final roll. Charlie Sheen taking it home. Nice. Good hit for Charlie Sheen. All right, that will do it for us for break number 1 of 2025 Leaf Metal Pop Century. We look forward to having you back in here sometime in the future. We've got probably like 20, 30 more of these that we'll be doing throughout the next couple months. So come on back. We'll see you back here sometime soon. And this has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend up ahead of you. Till next time, everybody.